How many bones are there in an adult human body in total? (206 bones). What do we call the mass of a substance per unit volume? Density. What is the physical quantity defined as the force applied per unit area, used for atmospheric pressure, water pressure, and the like? Pressure. What is the central organ of the circulatory system that pumps blood throughout the body? Heart. What revolution in 1917 toppled the Russian Empire and established a socialist state? Russian Revolution. What is the chemical reaction in which an acid and a base react to form water and a salt called? Neutralization reaction. Which country was the first in the world to use paper money? China. Which probe was the first to leave the solar system and carry humanity's message into interstellar space? Voyager 1. What is the name of the world's largest tropical rainforest, located in South America? Amazon rainforest. Which of Chopin's piano forms was inspired by a traditional Polish dance? Polonaise. Which planet in the solar system appears brightest as the morning star and is similar in size to Earth? Venus. In Greek mythology, what is the Roman name of the sea god Poseidon? Neptune. What is the name of the battle in which the Normans conquered England in 1066? Battle of Hastings. What is the optical illusion in the desert where an oasis appears, caused by the refraction of light? Mirage. In which city is the headquarters of the European Union located? Brussels. Which country built the world's first nuclear power plant? Soviet Union. Which of Beethoven's symphonies, in 4 movements, is famously nicknamed Fate? Symphony No. 5. What is the phenomenon called when light strikes a surface and changes direction? Reflection. In volleyball, what is the attacking technique of powerfully hitting the ball into the opponent's court to score? Spike. What is the imaginary line at 0 degrees latitude that divides Earth into the northern and southern hemispheres? Equator. What carbohydrate do plants use to store energy produced by photosynthesis? Starch. What is the process by which organisms use oxygen to break down nutrients to obtain energy? Respiration. What physical quantity is the product of a force and the perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation to the point of application? Torque. What is the force required to change the direction of a moving object? And what is the force directed toward the center in circular motion? Centripetal force. What is the most famous and standalone chorus from Handel's Oratorio Messiah? Hallelujah Chorus. What color do you get when you mix blue and yellow paint? Green. Which continent is the coldest and mostly covered with ice? Antarctica. Which Indian village, known as the wettest place on earth and regarded as the heart of the monsoon, is this? Cherrapunji. In the novel To Kill a Mockingbird, the story of attorney Atticus Finch confronting racial injustice is set in which country? United States. How many squares are there on a chessboard in total? "64 squares. What is the sweet stock plant grown in the tropics that is the main raw material for sugar? Sugarcane. What was the church reform movement that began in 16th century Europe in opposition to the sale of indulgences? Protestant Reformation. Which country welcomes the new year first in the world? Kiribati. In art, what do we call the liquid used to dissolve or thin paint? Solvent. In ancient Egypt, what do you call the wooden or stone container used to hold a mummy? Sarcophagus. In biological classification, what rank falls between class and family? Order. Where on Earth is atmospheric pressure the lowest? The summit of Mount Everest. Which subatomic particle carries a negative charge and orbits the atomic nucleus? Electron. What do you call the phenomenon in which the temperature remains constant while a liquid boils? Latent heat. Who was the first person in the world to invent the telephone? Alexander Graham Bell. Thanks for watching all the way through. Share your thoughts with us in the comments. Your subscription and likes really support us in making more quiz videos.